はい。カエルの歌が聞こえてくたら、カエルの歌が聞こえてくるよ。ゲロゲロゲロゲロガッガッガッ。ゲロゲロゲロゲロガッガッガッ。
Welcome to the Research at Zukan. Today I'm at the Physics Department at Kyoto University to talk with Mr. Ikkyu Aihara. He is currently working on the frog calls, but his research is quite original in that he applies a physics model to clarify the frog call mechanisms, frog calls behavior. Now, he has already applied the coupled oscillator model to explain the frog's in-phase and anti-phase calls. Now, it is a very novel approach, and I would say we'd like to hear from Mr. Aihara about the research and experiments. Please tell us.
Generally speaking, we study synchronization in biological systems. And especially we study the call behavior of frogs, as you said. And the target is the Japanese tree frog, and this is the photograph. And Japanese tree frogs are distributed widely and distantly in Japan, and the size is about 2 or 3 centimeters. And this is a very popular frog, and in Japan, most of Europe has the calling behavior, for example, in rice fields. And the property of calling behavior, only male frogs call, and females don't call. And it is known that a single male frog calls periodically. And on the other hand, they have eardrum and can hear the sound, including calls of other frogs. So, such a situation can be understood as a system of coupled phase oscillators. And basically, in such condition, there's possibility that synchronous behavior can be observed. And we perform the experiment to record their spontaneous calling behavior. And now I introduce the most simple experiment. And in this case, we have 2 frogs and set them the same group. And then we record it the spontaneous calling behavior. And now let's see. So now we can notice, in this case, 2 frogs call alternately, and we call this anti-phase synchronization. And in many cases, in the case of synchronization, they oscillate at the same timing, for example, flash and firefly. But in this case, they call alternately. And this is, especially we call this anti-phase synchronization, and this is a novel result of our experiment. And on the other hand, we model the calling behavior as a system of coupled phase oscillators. And then we succeeded in qualitatively explain the coordination as a stable equilibrium states. So now we study the calling behavior of frogs, especially Japanese tree frogs, and we use 2 approaches of experiment and mathematical modeling.
Could you briefly tell us about your model that you use?
Okay, in our model, we consider that each element behaves periodically for simplicity. And in their systems, there are many cases, for example, fireflies or frogs. But in this model, we only consider that it behaves periodically. And then we can model the interaction with some equations. So this model gives us a general framework on description of real systems. And in this case, we can quantitatively explain anti-synchronization, and that is very important for my study because in the modeling we can predict the system of many frogs theoretically. And in this case, as I explained, 2 frogs call alternately, and please imagine a system of 3 frogs. And in that case, it is impossible that for the pairs synchronize in antiphase respectively, because if 2 pairs synchronize in antiphase, the last pair must synchronize in phase. And so, in that sense, the system of 3 frogs can be frustrated, and generally it is very difficult to predict that. But in your modeling, we can do that. So in your study, the model is very important to predict the real behavior, and that can help us to design the experiment.
Your research is very interesting in that you apply physics to frogs.
Yeah.
Exactly. And also the motivation of your research.
Yeah.
How did you come up with this research?
Basically, I like frogs. And first, that was a hobby. For example, I have frogs in bathroom. It is deeply related to my lifestyle, and I strongly recommend it to use that. And in our case, I belong to some circles in Kyoto University. And in that circle, we travel all in Japan and observe many animals. And in that case, we went to Oki Island. And there, Japanese people was cold, but that was completely different from the case in Kyoto city. In that case, many frogs are synchronized. And that was very impressive for me. And on the other hand, I also like physics. So I decided to apply the physics to real systems, especially the coding behavior of frogs. And that is my motivation.
So now, what would your now that you have explained coding behavior with several frogs, what would your next research interest be?
Okay.
How would you extend this experiment?
Basically, we are interested in the coding behavior in real fields. And in that case, many frogs code simultaneously. And actually, in our experiment, the position of frogs are fixed. But in real fields, of course, they can move. So, we can consider that such a system as a system coupled with oscillators, but that can change its spatial structure dynamically. And now we believe that to study that system is to clarify the actual function of coordination. And that is very important to clarify the detailed mechanisms in biological systems. So I think that is one example, but generally speaking, we are interested in the function of synchronous behavior in biological systems.
So, in your pursuing your research, what kind of researcher do you wish to collaborate with?
Okay.
You wish to collaborate with other field researchers?
Yeah, to be honest, we already collaborate, and they are engineer, and in this study we analyze the sound data, but I'm a beginner to analyzing that. So now my collaborators analyze the sound data, and that made it possible to clarify the detailed state of synchronization. And on the other hand, we are interested in the function of brain. And in modeling, we don't care the details of function of brain, but that is a fundamental point in your modeling. So that is, I think, electrical psychology, and I want to collaborate with scientists in such areas.
The other way around, to which kind of researcher do you think you can provide your work or your research?
Okay.
Stimulate.
Actually, I don't care so much about
Application,
especially application. But I think this study is very easy to understand, and I think this includes interesting point as science. So the Japanese tree frogs is very popular in Japan. So I'd like to this study become the opportunity for many people to have interest in science. That is,
Sure will.
Sure will.
So now we have audience here.
Yes.
If you have any questions, okay. All right, now please. You raise your hand first. Go ahead.
How was your life with frogs?
How was?
With frogs. How was
I like frogs, but the sound is very large.
Oh.
So first now we do the experiment on the university, but first I do that in my apartment. So that is very noisy and that prevents me to sleep. So that is uncomfortable, but basically I like frogs, and that is very cute. I walk in it, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Very cute. Oh, thank you. How many frogs did you have?
Now,
How many frogs did you have in the bathroom?
bathroom, only one frog. But that is not tree frogs, bullfrog. It's a big frog, and yeah, that is also a cute one. So that is only fun. But I like to observe the movement of animals. So I have frogs all my life.
How do you catch frogs? And after your experiment, how do you treat them?
Basically catch and release. Every day we catch frogs, and the next morning I release that in the same field. Because I think after the catching, it is easy for them to call. So that is a very important point to perform our study. And that is my lifestyle on summer.
Since you are very interested in frogs, can you imagine one day that the frogs, they vanish, there is no more frogs? And can you also imagine that one day there are so many frogs, too many everywhere? Can you imagine these two situations?
I can imagine the first one. And now in Japan, there is a very dangerous disease for frogs, and that can vanish many frogs. So probably we should care the existence of frogs, and that is very important for all of us. And and also I can imagine the second case, and that is very pleasure for me. Probably many of you.
Any other questions?
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Yahara. It was very fun and nice talk. Well, thank you very much, and I wish you best luck on your research.
Thank you very much.